most viewed reel is 6 million views. Okay? And here's the thing. Just because you have really viral content does not mean you're going to grow your following from that viral content. Strategy for growth is you can't just do content that goes viral and expect to actually go viral yourself, like growing your following. You have to have a two-part strategy. And this is all that you need to do to be able to grow this year. You can grow so quickly if you do this exact strategy and implement it and have these two components. So this is the only Instagram reel strategy you need to be able to grow on Instagram this year. This is the strategy that I'm using. Instagram is not like it was many years ago. It shifted, and so our strategies need to adapt. This is the strategy that I'm using. I've seen that works. My most viewed reel in the last year has been over 6 million views, and guess how many followers that got me? Like not even 100. 6 million people saw that reel and not even 100 people followed me. And yet a reel that had under 200,000 views got me 1,000 followers in a day. I'm going to tell you the difference of why and what this strategy is that you can do that will actually get you those followers, because creating viral reels is sort of one step of the process to actually building your following. You don't really want to get like viral growth because it doesn't give you enough time to build the library. So I want you to focus viewing your reels as a library of content. What happens in the Instagram algorithm now with reels is that when people are scrolling on reels, just seeing content that they would like to see or that Instagram thinks they want to see. It's not from people they follow. So now people are almost like holding on to those follows. Like they're only going to follow you if they know exactly what they're going to get. You're offering them something. It's even harder to get that person to press that follow button now. Going to get content they want to see without having to necessarily follow people now, because Instagram, you know, stole what was working for TikTok and put it in their algorithm. But how can we use that to our advantage? It's just giving you the opportunity to be discovered by a lot more people. That's one of the great benefits now, is it's actually even easier to grow and you have more opportunity to be seen by more people. What happened a few years ago is like you had to get on the Explore page and people had to know to go to the Explore page in order to like find new people to follow or find content. Like people were just scrolling their feeds. But now people are used to the idea of like scrolling the Reels feed, or they'll view a reel on their main feed and then it'll like pop them into the Reels feed. And people are getting exposed to new people more. Like that's Instagram's goal. They've heard creators complaining about this, reach more people. And so like that's the purpose of Reels, like to reach more people. Literally Instagram will tell you in the app, if you want to reach more people, post Reels. Right? So how do we do this? You're scrolling, you know, you're seeing this video, and this viral video, yeah, you might get people viewing it, but is it going to want to make people see more from you? Is if then they go to your page and there's not more of that type of video of what they just landed on, or the reason that they were looking, just gonna leave and they're just gonna go back. There's a few things that you need to do to make it really easy for them. One, make it obvious on your covers of your Instagram Reels so that when they're landing on that video, they're going to your page, they can find the other Reels that are similar to that one they just saw. Or you're literally just making a lot of reels that are all very similar. So basically, if you want to be a successful content creator on Instagram this year, the ultimate reel strategy is 2 parts. So 1, it's going to get more eyeballs on your page. And then 2, it's going to actually convert all those people into followers. What is it that gets all those eyeballs? It's viral, trendy content that is getting all those eyeballs. And then what is actually going to convert them into followers? It's content that is more nurturing. And this is going to be your original content, the reason that they're following you. So think of it as like this funnel. So we put out our trendy content and getting more people to decide if they're going to then jump into the funnel of the rest of your content, of your original content. People aren't going to follow you just because they saw a video of yours that made them laugh. But what will make them follow you is if you had a bunch more videos that also made them laugh, then they'll probably follow you. The type of content that is making someone hit that follow button is the same type of content that is also nurturing your audience. And what is nurturing your audience is basically you giving content to your audience for the reason that they followed you. So this content that is nurturing your audience, growing your community, having the people who already followed you coming back for more is the same reason that someone is going to follow you. So these two types of contents, you've got your trendy content, and this is the content super highly visual, it's attention grabbing, it's scroll stopping, it just captures you in. The other part of your strategy is original content. So these are longer, more in-depth, there may be you talking to the camera, there may be like a series of clips or a montage telling a story, or maybe they're giving tips and tricks, or even like showing what you pack, what you're doing to get ready. Like these are just a little bit more in depth. These are your original content. And this is the type of content that can't be replicated by someone else, because everyone can do their take on a trend. But this original content, this is the why people follow you. Like people can't replicate you or your perspective or your stories or your specific transformations that you've had. These are the type of things that go into your original content, or just what you know more about, what you're really good at. You know, no one has this unique mix. So knowing that we have these two types of content we're going to make, this is the strategy that I am putting together for myself and that I suggest you do. So step one is we're going to decide how many reels we're going to make a week. Instagram suggests 4, so I'm going to go ahead and say 5. Now, again, if you want to grow even more content is more eyeballs. I think you don't want to be overzealous here. You don't want to overcommit too much. So like 5 is just a good number, Monday through Friday. Like, let's just make it easy. So now we're going to divide these 5 pieces of content, these 5 reels, into 2 categories: the trendy viral content and then the original content. So think of, again, the viral trendy content as like what's getting eyeballs on your page, and then the original content is a deep dive off of what that viral content is. So it's going to be the same topic or problem or going in depth of whatever went viral, you know, giving people a deeper look. So you want to think of this as like creating content funnel. So they come in and they see this one piece of content, and then they're going to go into the other pieces. And these original content, these could also be like answering questions that someone might have about that viral piece. An example of this would be like viral style reel, and it does like do really well, and it's about your trip to Portugal. So what are questions people might be asking from that reel? Or you can use what people actually comment on it in your original content. So this could be like an itinerary of where places you went, or like top things to do, or this could be like what you packed, or tips and tricks about traveling in Portugal. So those are some ideas of like what expand upon that viral reel for you. Step 3. This is where we're going to go and look at pages that are similar to ours. Just find 3 pages that are really similar to the topics that you're posting about, and look at what their highest performing videos are, and that'll give me an idea of what exact the type of viral videos to do. So I'll look at the videos that are getting them the most views. So what is viral for them? It's anywhere like 5 to 10 times their normal view count. So if they're normally getting 5,000 views on a video, and then they have a video that's 50,000 views, like that's a viral piece of content. Look at what content is performing well as to where to get your ideas. And you also only really want to look at content from the last 2 weeks to a month, because there's also a recency factor with this viral content. You can kind of get some inspo. So step 3, I would plan out what those viral pieces are, and then plan out what my original content is from that. And start with the viral content and figure out what your original content is, like kind of gonna expand upon it. Or you can do it the other way around, where you could just make your original content, like say you want to do styling and fashion hauls, and do your fashion hauls as your original pieces of content, and then think of, okay, well, what can I do that is viral leaning from that? So you can choose which way you want to do it. I don't think there's right or wrong way to do it. I think what's going to be easier for you. So then step 4, you're going to create that content. The last step to this is the iteration phase. So you're going to spend 1 week doing this, and you're going to see what performed, and you're going to analyze your results and double down on that. This is literally what I have been doing, and my strategy that has worked is I'm constantly analyzing. These are what I'm going to make. These are my original deep dive content pieces I'm doing. These are the viral leaning ones I'm going to do. And then at the end of the week or 2 weeks, then I analyze which one performed well, and then I keep going in the directions of the one that performed well. So think of it like you're kind of trying a bunch, and then each week you're going to like, okay, narrowed down, like that's what performed well. Let me focus more on those. 3 new versions based on that one type that performed really well. Using your own analytics to inform what to continue. I want you to think about in this whole overarching strategy is sticking to the theme, thinking of that bingeable library. You might be wondering, I don't even know like what type of content I want to post sometimes. I have a whole free masterclass training. It is less than 60 minutes. I'll link it in the description below, but you can join me there. I will show you exactly my process, how to find your niche, how to use my analysis method, I call the snowball method, in order to analyze your content and see what works. So we deep dive into this in that free training. So you can go to the description and sign up for that free Instagram masterclass training. We are literally going to dive deep into this there. So just click that link and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos. I've got more tips and tricks for growing on Instagram and becoming a creator as well. So I will see you guys next time.